Hi, and welcome back to the Dark Souls map challenge, where we try to draw the entire map of Dark Souls entirely from memory without looking up anything in between. As always, I'm gonna start by me showing you a time lapse of me drawing the map, and afterwards you'll get an explanation of what's what. This time, we're gonna take care of the depths. And so here we have it, the full map of the depths. This was a complicated one, and this is the first one where I remember that there is a place, but I don't really remember the layout. I'll talk more about that once we're there in the description. First, we enter the depths from the lower undead berg. We need the key to the depths for that, and for that we need to defeat the Capra demon. We go down some stairs, and then we are in like a bigger room that has 2 stories. The other story is up there, where there are some torch hollows. It's more than 3, like 5 or so, but there's a lot of torch hollows. Then you go down another stairwell into the next floor, where there are 2 dogs, and this is one of the butcher enemies with a big cleaver. He guards a chest. In the chest is one of the embers. I think the one that allows to upgrade your weapon to +10. I think that's the large ember. Also here in the corner there's a hole that you can drop through. I'll speak about that in a moment. Then you can go down a little other stairway. This is a little bit of a flooded place where there are more hollows. And then this is like a thing of like a bit of rubble that you can walk up into this hallway where there's another butcher attacking you. You can also like shoot him with a bow from up here. He's a bit difficult to see in the dark though. You go to the left from there, and this is the room that has many barrels, and in one of them is the pyromancy trainer. He screams for help. Roll through the barrels to break them. Don't hit him too much. He will die if your weapon is too good. Okay, and then you go down. He will then go, thank you, and go to the Firelink Shrine, to the place where I drew him in Firelink Shrine. Then you go down the other side of the hallway, go down another long hallway, down the stairs, and this is where the slime enemies come into play. This whole section here, from here until here, is flooded. There's like water on the ground, like a little bit of it, not too much. And here are some slimes that drop at you, but this one is the most devious of them hallways. This is another hollow that you might want to run at, because you think like, oh, a little hollow, he's an easy victim, but these slimes will drop at you from the top and will devour you if you do that. So fight slimes with fire, because they hate fire. Then you come to this door that is closed if you don't have the master key. You can go then to the left down a little stairway, and you come into this room that has a ladder leading to a later place. Or it's leading to a room that has a door that is blocked, because it has to be opened from the other side. This side of the wall has a gate, and it looks into where have we it? The big red room. We'll see the big red room a few times. Also, this drops onto a little balcony that's over the big red room, and it's also the roof of this structure. So you drop onto that, and there are a few items around. I didn't draw this thing. And if you drop from that balcony, you go down to the big red room. It's like a U-shaped balcony, and you can go like all around the room. And then from there you continue this way, because it's the only way you can go. There's in this corner, there are a lot of rats and boxes. You kill them, you go this way. There's a box standing here, out of which a rat jumps at you. And you can then go down the next stairway. It is either this place or this place over here, one of those stairways. I think it's the place over here that Knight Kirk attacks you. He's one of the invaders, but only if you're human. So you come down the stairway, there are a few rats. This is another grate that lets you see into the big red room, but not enter yet. Here's where you get the sewer key, which you need to unlock this door. in which you find a bonfire and an NPC. He is the boss armor merchant. I didn't write it here because of place constraints. He will like almost immediately move to the next place. You can then go from this place, either the first right, where you have to jump over a hole to not be dropped into the big red room, or you go down a long hallway, and then like a little staircase onto a balcony that overlooks the later boss room. Here there's one caster, a channeler again, and a few rats. And if you don't kill the channeler, he will interfere with the Gaping Dragon fight and will cast buffs on the Gaping Dragon, making him way harder. And these are like water-filled sewer tunnels where there are a few rats around, and another hole that drops you into the Basilisk Maze. But if you come through it, you go normally on foot without being dropped down. You just go into the big red room, fight the big rat, and then you're here at the slide. The slide is an interesting thing, where if you go all the way on the left wall, you can go right down the slide all the way to the room before the Gaping Dragon. But if you go down the right, you will also be dropped into the Basilisk Maze. So the Basilisk Maze, one of the drop points. I know where it leads to and how the layout is from there, but I don't know which one, and I don't know how it attaches to this. So these are like only 3 or 4 rooms with a lot of basilisks and a few items. I think there's the Ring of the Evil Eye and some humanity and some souls, but nothing too important is down here. Otherwise, I would remember the layout better. Just go ahead and watch my YouTube episode where I'm going through the depths to see how the maze looks like. I can't remember it. There's one thing where you can drop through a hole and get into this room, and you can then, through gates, see the other room where the Basilisk Maze attaches to. It also has an item here. This could be the ring, for all I know. And this also attaches some way to the Basilisk Maze. I should have made that more clear. Then you, if you exit the Basilisk Maze from here, you come here where there's like a single rat, and go around the corner where there are a little bit more rats. Here might be the Kirk invasion, or at the other place. I'm not sure. And then you come out here, which is the same place where the slide leads to. Here are like a few rats. One of them comes from this hallway, and a few slimes on the ceiling. And if you go along here, you end up at a gate that is closed for now. You need a key for that. And the boss armor merchant moves here, I think, later after you defeat the local boss. You should then go to this corner, go up the stairway where I forgot to put the stair thingies, and then up to the room that has the ladder that attaches to the room next to the bonfire to have a way better run to the boss. And then you go up the stairway where the rat attacked you into these 2 stories overlooking the Gaping Dragon. There's again another chest with a rat inside and a few items along, but I don't know which ones. You go down 2 stairways, and then you enter through Fog Gate into the Gaping Dragon boss fight. Defeat the Gaping Dragon, he will drop the Blighttown key, which opens this gate that leads to Blighttown, which is the place that we will draw in the next episode. I'm afraid of that, because that's a very that's even more difficult for me to remember than the depths, because it's so convoluted and complicated. But I think I did an okay job on the death, remembering everything but the exact maze layout. But if I get dropped somewhere in the maze, I will always find my way out. It's just not, I just don't remember it that photographically as everything else. So, next up is Blighttown. See you then.